The history of a people, I repeat, is like the stream of life from which the character form and structure of the identity, their backwardness and progress are drawn. It affords a people the platform on which to predict their future. Thus, just as every stream has a source, so every group of people has a beginning.
I had a voice on the radio Biafra. London is the mouthpiece of the Biafrans. Nande Kanu is his name. He made a vow to fight the end till our nation Biafra is restored. We love him, he's our mentor. Biafra is for real. Yeah. We will keep on fighting till the end. Now.
Anything you hear on radio Biafra is the gospel truth.
I had a voice right in the air, sounding like a thunder, calling for my freedom. Yeah, now I conquer. I had a voice right in the air, telling me to listen. Biafra freedom is late. It's telling me Biafra is my name. Biafra is my home. Biafra is my home. It's telling me Biafra is my name. Biafra is my home. Biafra is my home. My home. For many years after the war, yeah, we be praying to Kike to give us a good leader in Biafra land to replace Ojukwu. Until I wake up one day, one morning, I tune to my radio 102.1 FM, radio Biafra. All I had is love.
The people cannot predict their future if they do not know their past.
Yeah. Nande Kanu's voice, I had a voice right in yeah. Sounding like a thunder, calling for my freedom. Yeah, now I conquer. I had a voice right in yeah, telling me to listen. Biafra freedom is late. It's telling me Biafra is my way. Biafra is my home. Biafra is my home. It's telling me Biafra is my way. Biafra is my way. Biafra is my home. My home. I had a voice right in the air, sounding like a thunder, calling for my freedom. Yeah, now I conquer. I had a voice right in the air, telling me to listen. Biafra freedom is made. It's telling me, Biafra is mine. Biafra is mine. Biafra is mine. My home. It's telling me, Biafra is mine. Biafra is mine. Biafra is mine. My home. It's telling me, Biafra is mine. Biafra is mine. Biafra is mine. My home. It's telling me, Biafra is mine. Biafra is mine. Biafra is mine. My home. My home.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth. For the rest of my life, be a loyal and dedicated servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We will serve you. We will not let you down. We are not going to retreat 1 inch. We will not surrender. Biafra will come.
He say, Biafra we come, Biafra we come, We want the microphone, Shakaman Kurubito, yeah.
Yes, sir. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra. We are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Uche Okafo-Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra. In Anambra State is Biafra land. He's the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. He's standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Prince of Afari Ibeku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom. Ibeku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. Nobody have been able to stand up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people, and even beyond. For IPOB and her leadership, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is just speaking for the interest of Biafrans alone. But is awakening the consciousness of the Awasa who have been conquered by the Fulani, and at the same time giving the Yorubas the privilege to take their rightful place in the hem of affair when in regard to the zoo called Nigeria. Nobody have been able to do this for almost 6 decades. He is the commander of the loyalty of the Biafran people across the globe, the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television. And by the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. For the avoidance of that, we are reaching you live across the globe with every degree of certainty from Abo, very close to Urugudu. I won't proceed until we acknowledge the Almighty Creator, Chukwu Kikabiama himself, the one that sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. For without him, we are gone as a people. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, ịmakwa n'eziokwu n'ịmara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị, obiọma gị, o juru anyị anya dadị o, ịmakwa n'inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dịka gị, ịbụ Alfa na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na without wasting much of our time, we'll go to our topic this evening, which is simply the genesis of Nigeria and her inevitable end. The genesis, the beginning of her Nigeria and her inevitable end. There is nothing anybody can do about it. There is nothing. But for those of you who are still listening, very proud Nigerians, those of you genuine indigenous people of Ududuwa Nation, genuine indigenes of Arewa Nation, and genuine indigene of Biafra Nation, these three nations concocted into one country. Know the truth. Know thyself. You cannot continually feed on the misery of other component entity that make up the zoo called Nigeria and think it's going to be like that. No way. The earlier you let your children know the truth, the better for all of us. In order to project the false unity that exists in Nigeria, they constantly put one in front of it. Oh, our one Nigeria, it shall not be negotiable. It's our one Nigeria, it shall not be negotiable, and it cannot be compromisable. It cannot be, is Nigeria the only country in the world? I've never heard about one America. I've never heard about one Ghana. I've never heard about one India. I've never heard about one China. I've never heard about one Ethiopia. Not even one Cameroon. Do you think the same crisis going on in Nigeria is not in all these places? That is to tell you that Nigeria is worse than you can imagine. But if you don't know, how will you know? If somebody does not tell you, how will you know? And what if they tell you, you refuse to apply your reasoning to common sense? Who will help you? Our one Nigeria, what is one doing there? Is our name Nigeria or one Nigeria? The genesis. Of course, I mean the beginning. And how it is going to end. Nigeria is it. The genesis of this evil contraction called Nigeria and how it's going to end. Nigeria is built on lie. A very big lie, a very fat lie. And to sustain this lie, they must lie over and over and over and over, as you see them doing today. Let's look at some of it. I have an audio here, or rather a study, projecting how they talk about Africa. When they talk about Africa, it looks like Africa is just one small group of people. You know, Africa is just like London, just about 3,000 square meters. That is how they project Africa. They will never allow you to know the massive land Africa contains. They will never tell you that Africa is the only continent that is different to the foundation of the world. They will never tell you anything that will make you feel like a human being. It's an Africa. Lie. All this lie will expire. It's just a matter of time. The same way it comes to Biafra. When it comes to the issue of Biafra, when you hear certain things, in fact, I don't think I should be the one who is saying all these things. But maybe we have to visit one of our supposedly Biafran brother, and then he has something to tell us. He has something to tell us. And honestly, you will begin to appreciate what we are here to do. Before we look into this audio, you need to have it at the back of your mind. Nobody is deceiving anybody. Today, everybody is talking. Thank God for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All of a sudden, you realize that you are intellectual. Thank God for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All of a sudden, Tiwa Danjuma can speak up. Thank God for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, Obasanjo can speak up. Thank God for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All of you wake up. You see, the greatest death that will come to a man is for the man to see the death coming and not able to define if he must die or not. Because that death will visit Nigeria. Decide how you die. Of course, you didn't choose how you come, but you can choose how your end will be. Nigerian destruction is inevitable. Make no mistake about it. I want you to listen. Maybe you get the picture. It's a very long audio interview from a supposedly Biafran.
The entire nation of Nigeria is still holding her breath in anticipation of President Muhammadu Buhari's ministerial list. Sometime last week, Senate President Ahmad Lawan raised public expectation when he said that because of the importance of that list, the senators would be willing to postpone their vacation in order to attend to it. But less than 48 hours later, the president himself doused that expectation by talking about factors delaying the release of the list. We are now being joined by Joe Igbokwe, Lagos State Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, to look at that subject, as well as weigh in on the Come Back Now directive to herdsmen. Mr. Igbokwe is also here to tell us what the political class must do now to pull Nigeria back from the precipice. Welcome to the program, sir. Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Joe, welcome. Good to see you again.
Dr. Batty.
Yes, but let's start with this Come Back Home directive that has been issued by the coalition of northern groups to Fulani herdsmen in the southern part of the country. What are your worst fears? Although the president has said that directive should be ignored, but you never know. You know, the president is speaking as president of Nigeria, but culturally, ethnically, we know what happened in the First Republic, you know, when it became a case of to thy tent, O Israel.
It will never happen.
What will never happen?
The movement, the so-called come home, it will never happen. See, we have come a long way. And people should not think because Professor Abdullahi said people should, and they will just start coming. We've had it before when some people ask Easterners to come home. Did anybody go home? These things, we have come a long way. Built this nation. We've traversed a whole lot of troubles to get to where we are today. It's difficult for anybody to just, by making a statement, that people will start moving. It's not just possible. And the president has said that, you know, when Nnamdi Kanu and Co said the same thing the other day, the president said, remember where you are. Where they are. It will not happen. People will hit all the polity, but we'll still remain. We've come along, we'll build, we'll have, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but we are so intertwined, interwoven, so knitted together that it's difficult for, where would you go?
So do you have any concerns about the direct threats issued to Southerners or against Southerners in the North with that 30-day ultimatum by the coalition of northern groups? Does that bother you?
What happened thereafter?
No, the 30 days,
we
still, the
yes,
window is
it hasn't
still
lapsed.
the ultimatum.
They gave a 30-day ultimatum for the Ruga policy to be reestablished. Otherwise, Southerners in the North would not be safe.
Where is the thoughts? It will never happen. This is Nigeria.
Is this positive thinking on your part, sir? Or do you have any?
Because we have seen it all. We cannot get worse than what we had in the 70s. What happened in the 70s, I mean, in the 60s, during the Civil War, was a mistake. A pure mistake.
Well,
that could have been avoided.
Your opinion seems to be different from that of, you know, some elder statesmen who say that what is going on in the country is, you know, a terrible prescription for chaos, for anarchy. Now, in the papers today, there is a report that Ohaneze Ndigbo and some state governments in the Southeast have taken a decision that land should not be sold to any outsider, more or less. Let me put it like that. And that there must even be a limit to the size of land that is alienated or sold, you know, to anybody, to any interested party, because they do not want a situation whereby some northerners will come and set up a Ruga colony through the back door. And we have had some leaders saying, look, the threat of Nigeria disintegrating or a return to civil war is so evident. But here you are saying it will not happen. It will not happen. What evidence do you have
when people
that the conflict will not escalate further?
See, if I say I've seen it all, then you must believe me because you know. When people lose elections, this is the kind of thing you see. People are angry. There's so many things that are making some of the leaders angry. They're not getting what they used to get before.
No,
I'm from the Southeast.
This is a conspiracy.
I am from Southeast. You can stay in one corner of Southeast as Ohaneze and you make a statement you cannot defend, you cannot push. You know? And let me tell you, they are saying this. They don't know that Igbo people are not, many of them are not in the Southeast, millions of them. They are not in the Southeast. They are all over.
Igbo people sell land in Lagos. They sell land in the Southwest.
That's what I'm saying. If I see anybody that will buy my land in Newi, I will sell. We sell. I said they will speak in their offices, in their houses, but they won't be going to all nooks and crannies of the state to know what is going on. If I see, if you want to buy land, my land, they will come, I will sell to you. They don't care where they're coming from. They don't even know who the buyer is. Just get the agents. They will purchase the land for you. And you take. So that's not that people should. Yes, this thing has never helped us. It's never. We are the most widely traveled ethnic group in this country. That Southeast is too small for us. I just saw the size of lands, of states. I was shocked. I looked at that before. That Kogi State is almost the size of Southeast. Kogi State. And yet they are making noise. Assuming that you ask all the Igbo people to return home, where will they live? I know their strength in Lagos. I know their investment in Lagos here. I know their investment in enough. This thing.
Yes, I will stop there. But I want you to get the line, the genesis of Nigeria and her inevitable end. Now, I have to take time. This clip is very long. And most of you will not be very proud to come from the same place with Joe Igbokwe. But Joe Igbokwe is one of the cheapest blackmailer. Now, let me tell you, let me announce to you. The Biafran struggle has gone beyond Igbo. It has gone beyond South-South or Southeast. I am neither a South-South man or a Southeast man. I am a Biafran. It's amazing that Ojukwu moved into the battlefront with almost 75% soldiers from my region. But yet we are not Southeast and we are not South-South. Don't let anybody deceive you. You must know the truth and let this truth set you free. I see some people, hey, we are Igbo people, we are Igbo people, we are intellectual, we are Igbo in America. Mazen Kanu is becoming too proud. He is taking too much glory. We have all your voice audio clip. This has gone beyond Igbo. It has gone beyond South-South or Southeast. Anybody bringing up his ugly head should wait. Hammer will touch you. Don't worry. We have been bamboozled. We have been exchanged for Naira and Kobo. The same money stolen from our land. This is a new generation. This is a new era. When we are gone, nobody will be like us. And before we came, nobody is like us. We are fighting with principalities and power, with flesh and blood, wicked spirit in the heavenly places. In each broadcast of less than 30 minutes, Facebook of Yoruba, they cut me off regularly. I have changed line and line. They are still doing their job. But I say, bring it on. Bring it on. But you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The genesis of Nigeria and her inevitable end. That is the reason I played Joe Igbokwe campaign vigorously, because he's the publicity secretary for APC. Lagos. Igbo don't have land. Do you know the size of Kogi State is bigger than the whole of Southeast? And from the Southeast, this is Joe Igbokwe, Nnewi man. Now, let's look at the whole scenario. I know the current map of Nigeria you see today is not the exact map of Nigeria. They project Southeast Biafra land to be very small. But most of you do not know that Biafra land was divided into 5 different parts before the war. British government divided Nigeria into 4. The north, the west, the east. Before they handed over totally to Fulani headsmen, they divided Biafra land into 2, creating the Midwest. I am from the Midwest. Most of you will not believe that only Bender State is bigger than, almost bigger than Southeast and South-South put together. So when you talk about population, who actually owns the population? I called my father one day and I said, if we are this small, how come our fathers were able to occupy a land, just one state, bigger than the whole of South-South and Southeast put together? And so when I see some people, they say, don't mind them, they are Bender, don't mind Bender. Only Bender State is bigger than South-South and Southeast together. You go and check it. But that is not where we are looking at. I want you to see what you are not seeing. Because all those game is over. Nigeria started its foundation on lies. You see, she will never survive. Our people are not few as you think. Urobo Shekiri, people in Bender State, you don't know what is happening, but I want you to understand. The first thing British government did was to divide Biafra land into 3. Most of you don't know Abazonia, Southern Cameroon, the ones they are killing today were part of the ancient Biafra. But I'm not talking about that because they first of all divide it. Biafra land was divided into 2, Francophone and Anglophone. Anglophone is the ones in Biafra in Nigeria. Then Francophone is the Biafrans in Cameroon. They divided Yoruba into 3. You have the Francophone and you have the Anglophone. Yoruba in Nigeria are the Anglophone and Yoruba in Cotonou are the Francophone. They divided Hausa into only God know, into Alamajiri, Miati Allah, Boko Haram. They are everywhere. But let me not digress. They first of all divided Nigeria into 4. You now have South, West, East, and Middle Belt. I am from Middle Belt. But there is nothing you will talk about Abo man. There is nothing you will talk about Biafra man that you will not see our origin from the Southeast. There is nobody in the South who will sincerely trace their origin without getting to Southeast. Now they choose somebody from Southeast and say, oh yeah, talk rubbish into their head. And then there is Ijo Ibukwe there. Some call him vulture. He said, no, Igbos are not going anywhere. Do you know Igbo don't have land? Igbo are everywhere. If Igbo return, where will they stay? But do you know that there is a building that you can erect one building and take it to the heaven? The tallest building in the world, is it not in Dubai? It took so many years. London, first of all, is it Rome, first of all? Egypt harbored the tallest building in the world. Rome took over from them. And then he went to Britain. And then America took over. And now it's in Dubai. Has technology stopped? Has innovation stopped? And then don't you think when Biafra come, even if we have one plot of land, that is better we erect one building like the Tower of Babel. Let it get to heaven. And everybody can come up in the morning living in one building. And then we prepare other security outfits, other logistics to make us live comfortable. Is it the size of land we are talking about? I can say only Ebonyi State is bigger than almost the whole of Europe, but most of you don't know. But Europe are not crying, oh, our land is strong. In fact, one of the reasons Europeans are fighting very hard to keep African under their knee is because there are studies already that review that in the next 100 years, most of the island, most of the country you see in Europe will know, they will be submerged in water. They want to keep us down. And then they can poison you overnight and they take over. Go to German. They don't drink water from their river. Majority of them cannot drink water from their river. This is the handwork of one man. Who is fooling who? Nigerian and her inevitable end. But those are not areas we are looking at. We're looking at Biafrans. Our concern is Biafra. What we want is Biafra. If you do not know how Biafra starts, how will you know that it's time to stand up and defend your land? Joe Ibukwe came, he canvassed vigorously for Yoruba. After the war, these are the people who ran away, abandoning the weak to remain at home. They never knew you will survive. But now you survive. Instead of them to repent, they must maintain that lie all over again. Do you know that Southeast is very small? Do you know only Delta State is bigger than the whole of South-South? Of course, Delta State is South-South. But we know the game, geography. Who draw the map? Is it not the same terrorists? No, who draw the map? When they project it, the whole north is big. Of course, I give it to them. They have the landscape. But are we looking for the size of the land? The last time I checked, Biafra land is bigger than the whole of Europe. And so if Europe can survive, Italy is there, Germany is there, Britain is there, all of them is there, why can't we survive? I think the smallest country in the world is the Vatican. What is the size of their square meter? Are the people from there not living more comfortable than us? Now you understand. Now let's go back to the Genesis. Let us go back to how it all began. Because this will help us maybe help your children a long way. The need for Nigerians to understand how this contraction was created. Number one, there is a need, all of us. Shout, hey, we are one Nigeria, we are one Nigeria. You must know, how did Nigeria come into existence? Some people were threatened by nature and catastrophe. Along the line, the issue of revolution came. They have to leave their continent. They have to leave their abode, traveling across the world, looking for solution to survive. And they came to Africa. They met liberal people, people who believe in live and let's live, people who can trust and love, people who do not have the intention to conquer anybody. They laid down their feet. They deceived our ancestors. Most of them knew the truth. Shaka the Zulu of South Africa knew the truth. Nana of Ishekiri knew the truth. Ovaromi Obaisi of Edo knew the truth. Ezenri of Omambara knew the truth. Ezewawawa knew the truth. Jaja of Opobo knew the truth. Igbenedion, Esama of Edo Kingdom, they know the truth. We can go on and on and on and on, mentioning the name of this monarch who knew the truth. They put their life on the line to defend our land. It led to so many things. And finally, they subdued our people. We give it to them. They are conquerors. And after that, they came to steal palm oil. From stealing palm oil, they discovered oil. Till today, they are still stealing the oil. They discovered the potential and God blessing on Nigeria. And what did they do? They replanned us. Our fate was sealed in Berlin Conference. Africa was divided into piece by piece like cow meat. And from that very day, we become Nigeria. We were not Nigeria. Our story was properly documented to suit and favor them. And then in school, we were never taught about who our ancestors are. They never taught us anything that will give us a pride. The only thing they teach you is, who stopped the killing of twins? Oh, it's Mary Slessor. In order to make you feel your ancestors are evil. They were killing twins. Who discovered River Niger? Oh, it's Mongo Park and Landa Brother. In order to make you feel that your ancestors were primitive. But these same people will never talk about the Atlantics. These same people will never talk about the Kemat. These same people will refuse to talk about the ancient Egypt. Michael Jackson started having problem the day he sang a song titled, Do You Remember the Time? They don't want you to remember it. And finally, one hopeless animal, very useless tout, international tout of the highest order, a product of rape. They call him Freddie Lugard. He was employed by British government to turn Nigerians into beasts of burden. He came with a prostitute, a side chick as they call it. And both of them, after drinking kai kai, uguguru, which they call dry gin, they now look at us and say, you are Nigeria. We now jump, hey, Nigeria, and when they call you monkey, you don't know. That is how we became Nigeria. We were never Nigerian before now. It's amazing that come and look at how the civilized world created Nigeria. That is how you see how hopeless all of them are. Amalgamation of the so-called 1914. The people who signed it were 3 years, 4 years, 9 years. The honorable British government that created Nigeria signed the amalgamation document with small children. So when you are coming, oh, we are the intellectual, hide your face. Hide your face. Bag of shit is what we will stone all of you. We will kill them. We are waiting for you. Bag of shit is what we will stone for all of you. Most of you will never come back from America. Most of you will never come back from wherever you are. Most of you will never even come back from Lagos, not to talk of Abuja or Kaduna. Most of you will never come back. You can't kill us. While you are planning, there are other plans going on for you. I promise you that. This has gone beyond that grammar. That grammar. Somebody was telling me, go to Abo, leave us Igbo alone to Fiakwa. Chukuka do intuishi. Chukuka do intuishi. It has gone beyond that. That is the mistake. Maybe Abia State would have been saying, oh, Abia want their own nation. Oh, Ijaw want their own nation. Hey, Akwa Ibom want their own nation. It would have been better all of us enter home. Leave that thing you are doing. No? Leave that thing. Let Nigeria disintegrate. Biafrans has paid enough price. But you want us to pay more. We are willing. They now for, oh, it's one Nigeria. They now create it. They now selected a few. Let's move ahead. How was it managed after creating one Nigeria? Oh, you are one Nigeria. You are one Nigeria. But at that inception, those who pioneer Nigerian discover the extraordinary ability, the intellectual capacity of the Biafran people. They were afraid. I have studied the history of the Biafran people. And then I begin to wonder, the British could not go to the north. They couldn't go to the west. They settled more in Biafra land. And they have Biafran intellectual traveling with them. Most of you who were born then, there is a film they used to call Ucheku. I don't know if I pronounce it well, Ucheku. They now see an interpreter who happens to be a judge and a magistrate, setting up judges and the rest of the thing. And now you begin to wonder, the Biafrans or the Igbo man may not have been to Portugal, they may not have been to France, they may not have been to Britain, they may not have been to Arabian or any other country, terrorists that invaded Africa. But they were always an Igbo man to do the interpreter. These are some of the things that gave Nnamdi Azikiwe edge over all the Yoruba and Hausa intellectual and opinion molder and leaders of thought in their time. But there was something about these Biafran people. We just want to struggle. We want to be relevant. And each time you try to tell your neighbor you know what they know, you threaten them. In my dialect, they will say, Onyamani hibe mani akpo waiji. Onyamani hibe mani akpo waiji. I wake up in the morning, I see a charm at my entrance of my house, and I look at it, I say, no, I boycott it. You come the next day, you set another trap, I wake up, I see it, and I say, this is trap, and I dive it. You said the next time, it didn't catch me. The next thing you say, oh, Judge Onyibe is a bad man. Why am I a bad man? You set trap and no fall inside the trap. Does it make me a bad man? That is why my people say, British government set trap for the Igbo man. He didn't fall. He set another one. He didn't fall. They say, no, Igbo man is a bad man. Igbo man is a bad man. Igbo man cannot manage our oil well. Igbo man cannot manage our company called Nigeria. If we are power Igbo man, our investment is finished. No, Yoruba cannot be trusted, but they can do a good job. But the reason is the Hausa. We will bring in Fulani to conquer them, and then we will be in charge. That is how Nigerians started. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Somebody bring your offering. Yushi. This is how we started. So when you say, oh, our one Nigeria is undividable, it's unnegotiable, now them run for your life. And they pass message to nine directly. All those intellectual will now they do. You go, no, say we never go anywhere. We no go school. But we go address on our stupidity. We go treat on our fuck up. Men are bring and they come, we they wait for now. The genesis and the inevitable end of Nigeria. That is how your Nigerian came. And when they successfully position the people who will manage the campaign for them, of course, other principles were put in place to know how they will manage us. And how are they managing us? They introduced the League of Extraordinary Saboteurs. When you say, oh, we're going to buy guns, we're going to defend our land, you must stop the saboteurs. It is a system of government to keep Nigeria one. Saboteurs. Why did they not choose a German to come and talk down on Biafran people? Why did they let them come and choose Abo man? Any Abo man that will come out and speak against Biafra, we will stone his family to death. I can assure you that. When the time comes, they will know. And now, let me digress. When I say I'm Abo man, I'm very proud. I'm very proud without apology. Do you know why? Abo means family. The name Abo means family. Maybe it's helping us. Abo, A-G-B-O-R-O, means family. These people are my family member. Since I was born till today, Only one Agbo man fought me. And that was then in Port Harcourt. I was driving with my boss. I was going to make a supply somewhere. And on a checking point, they stopped me. And I look at his name, I know he's an Agbo man. And I say, what is the problem? I greeted him as a brother. And the next thing he did is, forget about that thing. Give me my 100 naira. I said, you didn't even ask me about my particulars. I just saw you Agbo man and I'm greeting you. And this is what you are saying to me. I was speaking Agbo to him. He said, I said, I don't have 100 naira to give to you. These are my particulars. Check them. He checked my papers. They are complete. I said, give me my paper. He gave it to me. I start putting costs on him. I swear for him. It happens to be that the man in head of that patrol is still Agbo man. About 9 policemen on checking point, about 5 of them were Agbo people. I swear for them very well that day. And I told them, I've never seen Agbo man fight Agbo man anywhere. Because our culture, we were brought up, if we cannot flow together, leave yourself. I challenge you today, if you are listening to Radio Biafra, look for Agbo people. We don't fight ourselves. We are born one, no? But are we perfect? No. Because there are a lot of things we know, you don't know. So stop thinking you're intellectual. Pack your motto very well. Let us crumble this zoo. Let us crumble this zoo. At the end, the fate of the Biafran nation, we leave it for the Biafran people, believing that everything we have suffered here today will deliver us. And that is why when I'm telling you I'm from Agbo, I'm very proud. And well, let's not go there. They have to manage it. They have to manage saboteur. Look at saboteur from Agbo. They have a boundary. They have a boundary. How long are you going to betray your people? How long? No matter how bad data is, no matter every challenge in data, everybody knows their boundary. Urubu, Shekiri, all of them can come. They have been ruling us in Agbo. But who owns the majority of the land in Agbo? But are we dragging it? No way. If Asaba is the capital of Delta State today, it's not because we drag for it. It is for 2 reasons. Number one is that some Ishekiri people want to claim that they are Bini people until Bini reject them. And Abacha, his own share from the sport of war, Asaba massacre, was Miriam Babangida. When Awosa, Fulani and Yoruba massacred Asaba men and took their women. Babangida's share was Miriam. Miriam was the wife of Idoma Biafran, Bongo Sikwe. Bongo Sikwe ended up as a gardener in Asu Rock under Abacha regime, Babangida regime. But it really don't mean anything to us. We're not trying to conquer anybody. That is the Biafran spirit. We want to be on our own. And that must happen. But I'm just trying to understand how all these things start. And stop yapping. Stop fooling yourself. Everything all of you are saying, we are getting it back. Look for IPB family and join. Follow the rule. You want to be governor, you contest and be. You want to be information, anything you want to be, you will be. But all those things you are doing, this thing has gone beyond the control of any man. In case you don't know, we are here for IPOB. And until IPOB tell us otherwise, you don't know what is coming for you. Why is it they didn't hire a German? Why is it they didn't hire Agbo man? Why did they not hire Akwa Ibom man? They breed saboteurs. Joe Bokwe say, leave it, we have seen it all. We have seen it all. But Joe Bokwe have not seen Agbo man agree that is Igbo man. Now you see, there are things that are new under the earth. Pack your motto very well. Of course, they have to introduce a system to manage the company. So many of them in place. This system was institutionalized. How did they institutionalize it? They built Nigerian army that are there to kill Nigerians. They set up Nigerian legislature that are there to implement decree. They set up Nigerian judiciary that are there to defend evil when necessary. They introduced a Nigerian judicial system that is still managed by the same gang of corrupt murderers outside Sheniko and Iberi Jonathan. Tell me whoever has ruled Nigeria that is not apart the genocidal criminal, the war criminals. They put institution on place. You say, no, we want resource control. They tell you you are militant. You say, no, we want the Bill of Rights. They will hang you and pour acid on your dead body. Yes, you say you want Biafra. They will massacre your people and bury you in a shallow grave. Is that not what they've been doing? Is that not how they've been managing to survive this country? Is that not how they have institutionalized criminality? And then somebody in the army is telling you that if a Boko Haram repent, the Boko Haram has the capacity or the potential to become the next Nigerian president. But when we come and we say the president of Nigeria is a terrorist, somebody say it's a blasphemy, it's a hate speech. And then when the army say it is not a hate speech, you must know how it all started. How it is currently being run. How is Nigeria currently being run? Don't let anybody deceive you. Shite are doing what they want to do. Let them do it. Yorubas are doing what they want to do. Let them do it. And then there are some saboteurs on different angles. You are playing smart. Do not forget the leg where they waka chum 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 is being monitored by the eye where they look chum chum chum. How long do you think all these things will happen? Oh, you have changes, Abi. Oh, you are shaman. Oh, you have currency. A job man told me, he said, I appreciate what you people are doing. And I must tell you, when you are doing some things, do you know how many Igbo people have Onyibe in Joland? I may not want to listen to that man. But one day, we will ask you that question. We will ask you that question. So repent now. You can't stop us. You can't kill us. Our seed is among you already. They will torment you at the right time. Nigeria was built on evil. And that evil foundation, they can't maintain it any longer because it leads from one lie to another. Destroy it. Destroy it. Kabas, get ready. Fulani herdsmen are not our problem. The land being under military occupation is not the issue. The checking points and the mini barracks, couples of barracks everywhere, they are not our issue. We're praying for more every day. Because when it's set, they will be surprised. They will be surprised. Nigeria will not be safe. Make no mistake about it. It's not a threat, it is a promise. And then you begin to ask yourself, look at what the people of Nigeria has gone through. Without IPOB, who could speak up? I remember in those days, when you want to talk about Nigeria, everybody will shift back from you. Everybody will shift back from you. It's just like you condemn yourself already. And we look at them. You can't say the truth. The government are terrorists. The army are criminals. The kidnapper are the DSS. And you can't say it, even with all the evidence. Then go kill you, then go kill you. You talk, they kill you. You don't talk, they don't kill you. Have we not paid enough price? Yorubas are okay, because from every looting from British government, about 50% go to Hausa Fulani. Yoruba have about 40%. Then the rest 10% that is meant for Biafran, they give like 98.8% or 99.9% to the saboteurs. And then we will have to feed through our nose. But have we not suffered enough? The people go through here. Honestly, I'm really not afraid of her any longer. Because when I get to heaven, the gate of hell or heaven, and maybe there is angel there, and he say, George Onyibe, you are sentenced to hellfire. I will tell that angel, you holy there. I've been there. I have been there. Just open the gate. Don't even call the name, because I've been there. Nobody who grows up in Nigeria and begin to get fear for her, except you are born in America or China or somewhere outside Nigeria. Nobody born in Biafra land is afraid of her. Don't you get it? What must we go through? Look at what we're going through. How do you explain it? Yoruba are there tassing our people in the name of seaport. And then those of you in Port Harcourt, go to One. You see all the Igbo containers seas, they are sharing the rice in One there. One port was built to service Atiku. So when you are saying articulation, who are you deceiving? Hey, let's vote for Atiku. Atiku will give us Biafra. If Atiku or Yoruba give me Biafra, I will not be part of that Biafra. And I know many people will not be part of it because we are not free. Is it Showore they call him? He's in Enugu now. Showore now is not trying to colonize Enugu people. No, Showore now, when he leave Enugu, he will come to Anambra. Showore come to Delta State. We will stone you. Can't you hate that which ache you? And there are some very hungry lunatics from Enugu. Oh, Showore want to bring revolution. Showore, go and control Yoruba. Bring a revolution to Yoruba. All those contracts is over. I know you are not a Yoruba. You are a Biafran. Your community was carved into Undo. You are a German. We will bring you back when it is time. But now you are Yoruba. Showore, go back to Yoruba. Leave Enugu. You people should stop deceiving yourself. Showore, what do they call it? Orange beret. Do I blame them? Mazenande Kanu, our supreme leader, went to America and put on beret. Now it looks as something they have to tap from. Now Showore is in Enugu. Oh, we are orange beret. We are moving Lagos. They will soon go to Akwa Ibom. You want to bamboozle us? Yo, Anama Jogodo, Anu Miri, we know all of you. To kill a rat, behave like a rat. To kill Igbo man, take Igbo man. To kill Abo man, take Abo man. To kill a German, take a German. That is what they've been doing. I have said this before, and I'm repeating it again. When DSS kidnapped me, the person they brought to torture me is Abo man. I know the kind of humiliation he gave to me. And he look at me. Though maybe they pretend he's an Abo man because he can't speak Abo. And I looked at him. He says, see, as they see me, so I be Abo man. My own father in Nigeria. Only say your own father in Biafra. I speak Abo for him. And say, Wunya Abo. He said, I don't hear that. I was born in Cross River State. This man, Nigerian, took me to Germany to train me. I'm in Nigeria. But the impression there is that they want me to believe that it's Abo man that is torturing me. And I looked at him. But I know the game. All those games when they play, when I no get sense. When I no get sense. Some people are thinking, when we come on air, we now begin to speak Greek English. You know, the Lord says he's going to help us. He's, now let's just appreciate him. Oh, I was in the spirit. And then I raise my choir, we raise a song. He will come and save you. He will come and say, if you open your eyes and see, the Lord will surely come. He will come and say, if you. And I said, now open to what Paul told them. Respect your slave master. Obey your slave master. Because God wants them to control you. Why did he deliver the children of Israel from Egypt? We cannot respect on ourselves. We cannot respect on ourselves. The genesis of Nigerian and her inevitable end. But now, I don't say why you don't aspire. So when you they bend your mouth, respect yourself. They insult people. You don't have sense. A day you will wish we insult you because we will allow. Let me tell you one truth. Boko Haram must ravage our land. They must bring all of us down to our knee, and in the end, we will make them know that we want you to see what we have been trying to prevent. So this started happening. Prevent these people, prevent you. All of you are shouting. All those your house, there will be no hiding place for you. JB has started. Most of you who read the election now, you can't enter America. For what do they call the man, Atiku, to deceive you? Atiku could not go to America all this while because of the Halliburton scandal. Obasanjo, all of them were there. For them to deceive you that they are clean people. The first place Atiku went to was America. Oh, Atiku in America. Oh, Atiku, please, all of you go to America. America is waiting for all of you. Yoshi. The inevitable end that will befell her. Nigeria is uploading. We can only give you the prophecy. We are the voice crying in the wilderness. All of you will feel it, except you repent. Repent, repent, for the kingdom of Biafra is at hand. Makano wani henya ka ho keji wedeke. Asike yama gidigidi, azun kore. Otela Lilengbidi. Otela Lilengbidi. I'm sorry for Johnson at Ibadan. Maybe I'm going to explain it for you. If the nyash like your bumper, if you like making the panic, carry a big bumper. As they waka making the panic, now backing go remain. You know they come front. Nyash can never be front. You know go feed the front, now backing go remain. All those things that they do. Do them as you like. You know go they come front, now back you go remain. You can never stop Biafra. Nobody. No matter the thickness of a blanket, it cannot stop the sun from shining. Don't you get it? The genesis of Nigeria and her inevitable end. We know what they did to the generation of 1967 and 1970. They paid dearly for it. But let me tell you, we're making sure we don't make the same mistake they make, if they ever made any mistake. The story, we will rewrite the story. I think some people write from left to right, and then others write from left to left. Then some people drive right-hand drive, and some people drive left-hand drive. Should be all of them are moto. We will give you a version you are not prepared for. Don't worry. But do we want to conquer anybody? No. We want to be free. It's a right to self-determination. The sincere men and women across the globe should rise up and do the needful. There was a country known as the Benin Empire. This is where the Oduduwa nation came from. There was a country known as the Biafra nation. This is where we came from. There was a country known as the Zamfara nation. This is where the Hausa people came from. And there was a country, only God knows the location. This is where the Fulani came from. Send everybody back home. Send everybody back home. Dismantle Nigeria. Let the people be. Nikome, yakonye raja bofia. Nikome, yakonye raja ba ofia, afia. When madness they start, the man go come out. He go just say, they say, don't mind Jambu. Jambu is very funny. The next thing, if we pull his head, you do, they say, don't mind him. He's a funny guy. Listen, that is how Jambu behave. He will remove his trouser. People say, Jambu, you are really funny. Oh. He will remove the pants. Before say, Jambu, you have to stop it. The other one say, listen, that is how he behave. Before you know, you don't enter inside market. At that time, they go no say they mad. No, IPOBC yapping. They come on radio, they talk. Don't worry. Don't worry. As I'm talking, all of you who are saying this thing, you know yourself. One of them say, don't mind IPOB. Or they come on radio. All what our men do is they come on radio, they back. You are born in America, brought up in America. Your family in America. You can be professor, you can be everything, but don't worry. You will live in that mud house you are building in America. You come on radio, we're back. A day will come, you will wish we continue backing. There was a time they say, you people can't even talk. You can't even talk. Now we are talking. You are telling, oh, you are always talking. You are always talking. Like I said, very soon you'll be hearing ta 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 ta. You will understand what is Jita Boy. You will understand what is Jita Boy. The genesis of one Nigeria and her inevitable end. Nigeria must come to an end, whether we like it or not, because Nigeria has upset the balance. There is nothing anybody can do. Nigeria must come to an end because they have upset the balance in between the spiritual and the physical realm. You know, the Bible says any country that spills the blood of her citizen on the streets of that country, the wrath of God will be upon them. Nigeria is a graduate when it comes to killing her own citizen. There is nothing you can do about it. We can choose to go peacefully, where we will have to regard one another in the nearest future. We have the privilege now to say, okay, how do we do? Let's divide. And then the issue of referendum comes up, and everybody goes his own way. And then I will appeal to my wife and say, let me marry a Yoruba woman to seal the, the freedom. Then we can marry a Hausa woman, be a good neighbor. But the way they are going to, even when they allow us to go on this circumstance, in the next 1,000 years, the war will not end. Let the war stop the battle between Philistines and Israel now. Can they stop it? I thought they are world power. Their nuclear weapon cannot wipe out Israel or Palestinian. Don't worry, you are building another one. Don't worry. Don't worry. Better still, try to be managing Nigeria. We're going to manage it when all men will burn themselves down. Be managing it very soon. Nigeria is programmed for self-destructive already. Don't ever forget, everything that have beginning have an end. And make no mistake about that. Nigeria must come to an end. Where will you be? Where will you be when it will all begin? Will you be on the right hand of righteousness, or will you be found wanting? Make no mistake about it. We are not here to conquer anybody. We are here to make sure that Nigerian is totally obliterated from the face of the planet Earth. That every competent nation that makes up this country goes on their separate way. Joe Ibukwe, if I play that clip completely, you see the insult he gave to Biafran people. But Joe Ibukwe don't speak for me. Neither do they speak for Ijaw people or Akwa Ibom people. No Igbo man speak for anybody. But everybody speak for Biafran people. And so when you come, you say you are leader of Akwa Ibom people. You are very hopeless because you don't know where you are coming from. We will run DNA test on you later on. When you come, you say, oh, we are Ijaw, we are fighting for Ijaw nation. Your Hausa blood is worrying you. We will kill you. And then another call, oh, we are Igbo nation. We are Urobo nation. We are this one nation. We will cure your disease. Oh, we are Igbo nation. We will cure you. We've gone past that stage. We are Biafrans. Did you get it? We are Biafrans. That is the only thing we hear. We are Biafrans. Can you hear what I said again? We are Biafrans. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, we are Biafra. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. I say we are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We are Biafra. We love Biafra. We show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. We will show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. Biafra's story is the most touching and painful story in the world. Biafrans have been killing every day and night, but nobody is talking. Everywhere silent. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Hey, we said we are Christians, but we do nothing to help the Biafrans. When they are killing Biafrans, we've done nothing to help them. Whether you help or not, we Biafran, we stand and protect our land because we love Biafra, and we will die for Biafra. Oh, we are Biafra. We are Biafra. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. Yeah. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. We are Biafra. We are Biafra. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. Yeah. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. Oh. I am a Biafran. I respect people, but I'm not afraid of them. And I want to use this little opportunity to address those that say that they want to know where I come from.
Yes, at this moment, our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. For the last time, our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. Special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Understand that we have gone beyond sentiment. What we want is Biafra or Biafra. Can you hear me, caller on the line? Caller on the line, of course, we lost that caller. Zoo Epileptic Network. Don't let anybody deceive you. Can you hear me, caller on the line?
Onyibe.
Good evening, my brother. Go ahead, please, your name and where you calling from.
Onyibe. Hey, Ibugele man. Onyibe. Akwa ejupụtala n'obi n'elu ụwa n'ihi na ụwa ajọka. Mana ọgwụla IPOB w'ihu ụwa. IPOB, one family. All hail Biafra. Maazị Temefo, ezigbo mmanụ. Nwa Chukwu okike abịa ma kpachapụrụ anya were gozi ụmụ Biafra si ha bịa kpọpụta na gị bịa kpọpụta anyị. Anyị ahụgịla ọrụ ọma gị niile. Ma mgbe dede anyị Nnamdi Kalụ gara igosi anyị na ihe a na-eje difendi eziokwu n'ihi na eziokwu uwu udo. Ihe a na-eje difendi eziokwu uwu fearless, violence, and that violence is fearless. He has proven every reasonable doubt that he is sent by Chukwokikabian to restore Biafra. Nobody is holding Biafra. Today, the hidden has been exposed about how the world is. I assure every Biafran all over the world, join IPOB. From now, before market day, time where isi ahịa n'ụwa n'ihi anya bịara n'ụwa wee zụọ ahịa. Onye zụrụ nke ya alawa mgbe oge ya zuru. Ị ga-alaghachi n'ala mmụọ bịarịa akwụkwọ wọtetụ n'ala ụmụ Biafra chedere n'ihi na anyị wụ ndị mgbe gboo. Anyị wụ ndị omenala. Omenala anyị wụ ụfọdụ ogu nwa emegbula nwa mmadụ emegbula nwa mmụọ. Ọ bịara nke emegbula mgbe ọ ga-ala mkpụkpọ apụkwala ya n'azụ. Mmiri atakwala ada mkpara. Ababere ugobere. Esikwa n'ibe ya ebela. Nke akwa ya. Na ọ bịara egbu m ga-egbu onwe ya. Otu ọfọ ga-alarịrị n'ihi na ọ wụ ọfọ n'oge mere m gịnị iwu ogu. Aha m wụ Maazị Okechukwu Esikọha. Nwafọ ụmụ ọnwa ọlụ province Biafra land. I am a member of IPOB. Umabase, so coordinated by Maazị Temenem David the chairman, deputized by Mazi Manachim, we are resolute. Biafra is almost, it has already been understood spiritually, but today, I assure you from now to September, which will conclude the 4 months that you go to Kajam, I assured me. By the blessings upon my life, from my leader, my Lord, and personal Savior, Mazi Namo the Kanu, the Savior of the world. No party can stop Biafra. There is a man, all must help Biafra. Trump, all must help Biafra. All the world powers of this useless idiots that call themselves world powers. They are afraid of Biafra. Biafra has already been restored. Nobody born by a woman on this planet Earth will stop the quest for restoration of Biafra.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Good evening, Genika. Go ahead, please.
Good evening. Biafra is all over the world. My name is Genika. I'm calling from Enugu province, Biafra. I say, may Chukwuka bless our leader, bless our deputy leader, Mazi Chemefo, and guide all Biafrans and direct us aright, and give us more wisdom, because as the days are going, so is the tougher it becomes. For today on, we know that these people know whom we are more than we know ourselves, and we have been yielding to their demand, to their whatever they are giving to us. We have been yielding to their gods. That is why we have been worshiping their God and left our own, and they are conquering us. We have followed them, their directions, their way of life, and left our own. But now we have known that they want us to left all that we have, that they will take it and use it for their own selfish end. I say, may Chukwuka Onyibe. Chukwuka bless you, my Lord. May Chukwuka protect you from your enemies. Because all this revelation we are hearing from this.
Quite unfortunate, we lost that caller. But what do? We must continue. Our lines are open. Understand where we are coming from, so you can be able to appreciate where we are going to. Can you hear me, caller on the line? Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on the line, are you there? It is important we understand where we are coming from. That is the only way we can actually appreciate where we are going to. But in all you do not forget the gospel truth. The truth is that we are Biafrans. And as Biafran, we ask for one thing, that Biafra be restored. For Biafra to be restored, the zoo must be completely obliterated. This is the greatest atrocity against humanity. It is an abominable entity, and we want to go home. Biafrans across the globe, don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. There are so many people fighting us, but we will win in the end. Can you hear me, caller on the line?
Hello, I'm here.
Yes, good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Good evening. Hello?
Yes, good evening. Go ahead. The world is listening. And I will advise you, I can hear you. I will advise you to remove your mind from your radio. Move away from your desk. Go ahead. The word is listening.
Good evening, Onyibe.
Good evening from here.
My name is Isijora. I'm calling from River State. Onyibe, I just want to thank God for your life and that of our director and our deputy director. The Chukwukikabema, who has called you all to do this work. Bless every one of you. In your Haitian name. Onyibe, can I go on, please? Okay. Please, I listened to the audio tape of this useless, useful idiot that called himself Joe Ibukwe. Well, our message to him, our response to whatever trash he's talking about is that he that brought an ant-infected wood should not complain when lizard starts paying him visit. What's his name? Joe Ibukwe has insulted the Biafran youth enough. He has subjected us to a lot of suffering because of his political ambition, because of greediness. He should rest assured that we are waiting for him. We don't care whatever he's doing in that Abuja. We don't care whoever he's working with, but we must tell him, it's a message I'm sending to him tonight, that wherever he is, he has traded with our destiny because of his selfish interest. Then he has us to answer to. We are all waiting for him. Let them be rest assured, whether they like it or not, that Biafra restoration is inevitable. We don't care whatever it's going to take us. If it's going to cause every one of us going down for Biafra to come, we are ready to sacrifice our lives, the last drop of our blood to restore Biafra. We are not making noise about it. None of us is happy about it. But we assure them, instead of Biafra not to be restored, nothing on earth will exist in this contraption called Nigeria. And I keep telling my people, if you don't want to die, ask God that Nigeria should allow us to go peacefully. Every one of you, the so-called elites, the governors, every one of you, if you don't want to die, just ask this country be divided peacefully. We are ready to split our blood to ensure that Biafra is restored. We cannot live with these nomadics. They have traded so much to their destiny. We have tolerated a lot from every one of them. We are going through a lot of suffering today because of these idiots. These idiots that call themselves politicians because of their selfish interests. Every one of them send their children abroad to school, but we are here suffering, and they want us to keep calm. Can you imagine the kind of nomadic animals they want us to cohabit with? These so-called Fulanis, the people that live in the bush, they are the people they want us to cohabit with in the name of one Nigeria. We are all ready for this whole issue. Enough of it all. Joe Ibukwe, whatever you call yourself, go ahead. You are trying to buy favor from the Hausas or the Fulanis. We don't give a damn about that. But be rest assured that Biafra restoration is imminent. Again, for that idiot that called himself Joe Ibukwe to say that Igbos are contracted as we don't have vast land, we don't have enough land. In short, I was so angry when I listened to the audio tape. I was so angry. I want to call on my people, please let us remain resolute. Let us not give up. We are not afraid of anything again. We are only waiting for the command. I told him, whenever we are ready, I'm ready to speak my blood and ensure that my children have a better life. We can't continue to live like this for the rest of our lives. And for those Southeastern governors, we want to send this as a warning to any one of you. Please, I want to beckon on my people, wherever you find yourself in the eastern part, if there is any part that the Fulanis are occupying, that the idiot governors are giving to them, please ensure you relate to us. It's high time we change these people out. I want to ask a question. Why is it that every Fulanese are always seen with one gun or the other? What are they doing with this gun? Have we ever attacked them? Have we ever fought them? So why are they coming into our land with guns, knives, whatever? They have their agenda. And this is what our leader Nnamdi Kanu has been shouting from 2014 till today, yes, people never wanted to believe him. These ones come into our land with AK-47. What are they coming into the land with? Are we fighting them? They have been moving around the bushes. Nobody has ever challenged them. Yet they come in with gun just to wipe us off and take over our land. Yet our people will not understand. These useful slaves, useless slaves that call themselves the governors, will still allow these people, when they are supposed to be the chief security of their state, protect their state, protect their citizens, protect their own people. They leave us to be butchered and massacred by these nomadics. Well, the truth is that every one of us should stand to our defense. Look at what's happening to Yoruba land now. Our director rightly said that they are coming for the Yorubas. Because of the envy and jealousy idiotic Igbos have over themselves. That is why they are so envious about our leader, who God has planted his word in his mouth to sound a warning to us with the threat of what is coming. Yet our people will not heed to it. When he that is down fears no fall. For me, not that I'm not a well-doing person, but my freedom is more important to me than anything. Take whatever you want to take and give my freedom. And that is what IPOB is asking for. Nigeria has never been in war. It has been a contraption. It has been a mere geographic expression. And that geographical expression must be dismantled. So I want to enjoin everybody to sit up, be alert. A lot is about to happen. These people are prepared for every one of you. They are starting with the Yorubas and they want to come down to the east. But we all have to be ready. We all have to be prepared for every one of them. Mazi Onyibe, I want to thank you for what you are doing. You have tried so much to unite our brothers from the riverine areas with the Igbos. You have tried so much. A lot of people are coming out to embrace this vision. I want to thank our director. I want to thank Ochemefo, who has appointed you, for those envious, useless, idiotic Igbos that feel that it is their birthright to hell with every one of you. Thank God for the unity that is coming among the Biafrans. And by the grace of God, we are going to stand as one entity and one family to defeat these common enemies, the Fulanis. We must stand against them. My message to the Yorubas, stop being cowards. Yorubas, stop being cowards. Believe in yourself for once. Yorubas, believe in yourself. Whatever you have, and let's go to Igbos. Believe in yourself. I know you cannot exist without the Igbos, but believe in yourself. We are ready to help people know we restore our land. We can assist people to develop your own thing, but believe in yourself. Go, we can help you. In Biafra lies the progress of Africa. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. Thank you very much. No, Showore is in Enugu. Oh, Enugu, come, let's reform us. Showore, go and wear a red beret, abu orange beret. Stop Fulani from Yoruba land. Showore, if any go back to Yoruba land. Chase away Fulani headsmen. I understand they control the road in the west. Adeyinka, bring your chemical weapon you want to put in Biafra water. Come and stop your people. To your tent, 01 Nigeria. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yeah, Maz, good evening.
Daddy Norama, go ahead, please. The world is listening. Go ahead, good evening.
Yeah, I'm calling from Canada. Maz, I just want to chip in something about Joe Ibukwe. Joe Ibukwe, Joe Ibukwe is a slave, one. He's an outcast. I don't know why all those presidents cannot tell him to go to his father's, that name that he's claiming that he comes from. Him and his family should visit Newi. Let them go there. Can they claim that they come from Newi? Why haven't he come to Newi so that he will come to Newi and claim that, oh, that Biafra is not possible? He should come to Newi. Or if there is part that is from Newi, but I just want to say the Biafra is an outcast, a complete outcast. Him and his family. Nobody recognizes him. Nobody knows him. He's a tout. So everyone should just say, Joe Ibukwe is an idiot. So that is just what I want to do for a while for now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes. I only pity the children of Joe Ibukwe. If Joe Ibukwe is your father now, please leave your bedroom. Go and look at him very, very well. You just stare at him and say to him, he's your daddy. So just say to him, Daddy, sorry. Don't explain further. If you are related to Joe Ibukwe and you are looking at him now, just go and greet him. Sorry, that is his name. We are Biafrans, nothing more, nothing less. Don't add, don't remove. Trying to add or to remove, you don't know what you are doing to your people. You will actually feel it in the end. We are Biafrans. The only language you understand is Biafra. The only thing we are here to do is to talk about Biafra. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't deceive yourself. Can you hear me, caller on the line? Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on the line, are you listening to your radio or you're going to respond? Yes, that line is for the female, and I will not allow you to go there as a male. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, I greet their fans, friends of their fans, and freedom lovers around the world. I remain Rabbi Charles. Onyibe, good evening. How are you doing, sir? So, can I continue?
Rabbi, go ahead, please.
Okay, great. I just want to say something to our brother the one that called from Olo. I feel his passion. I just want to, if he doesn't know, let him know that Theresa May is no more the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. He's the man I call Dusty Rose. Like he looks like Dusty Rose. If you remember in the 80s, that wrestler that always come with, that is blonde, he looks like him, and his name is Boris Johnson. He's a good man, to my understanding. He behaves more or less like our beloved president in America, Donald Trump. He speaks from his heart. Before our people start lashing on him, let's give him a chance for a while to see what he's gonna come up with. But he's a man that doesn't. Sometimes he bypass rules and do what he feels that is wise to do. So I welcome him. I congratulate him, and I want him to listen to the people of Biafra, pay attention, possibly invite our supreme leader for a talk, because he controls the interests of Biafrans around the world and within. It's the right thing to do. So we don't. So we shouldn't start lashing yet. Let him deliver. But he said one thing: he can get out of EU without any deal. He's a He's a charismatic person, and anything can happen. Let's keep our fingers crossed. And the other side, I want to use this opportunity to tell our brothers who always speak. I hear you, Onyibe, when you were talking, you said what our people cannot do. And the history shows that it is correct. Our people, we are always quick to talk about our own brothers, but look at directly somebody from Central Igbo speaking area. Look at the abortion he was committing with his mouth. And somebody like that, I kind of ask a question, what part of Nnewi is this man from? I hope Nnewi people are listening. Excuse me, I know that there are formidable Nnewi people in the family, and they should just look at this man. But I know that he doesn't come down to Nnewi. He's always in Lagos, where his paymasters are paying him to speak blasphemy and lies that filled his mouth. A man with bitterness, a bitter heart, a man with wicked spirit. That is Joe Ibokwe. A man with wicked spirit and evil intention that doesn't love his people. A man that wishes people to die in order for him to live. That is him. Joseph or whatever Ibokwe. And I don't know whether it's Ibokwe or Awosakwe or Yorubakwe. I don't know which way he is, but I don't think he's Ibokwe. I just want to use this opportunity to tell our people, before you point finger to somebody, look at yourself. every disgrace, embarrassment we are getting from all this contraption called Nigeria comes from the central Igbo-speaking areas. And I hardly hear Ijaw people or people from our brothers from the riverine, or even our people hitting each other below the belt. Every now and then it has to be an Igbo-speaking person. They will just hold him in one corner. I don't know what they give him, what they offer them, and they will start talking rubbish, thinking that he is bigger than people. I've used Google Map. I don't talk without facts. I have used Google Map to enter Google Earth to enter the contraption called zoo and view zoo live. See the map. See how every place structured, how the structure place. But when life, I'm not talking the one you will be in, you will be seeing human walking around. I have used that. I have access to it. So I can tell you how big. Some people will come and say, this place is bigger than here. Igbo will say, Anambra is Igbo Southeast is like a palm of his hand.
Three plot of land. Southeast is 3 plot of land.
Imagine that kind of a thing. If I listen, our people, this map they gave you people, and you are using. It's bigger. It's a lie.
It's a fake map.
It's a lie.
We know. We know.
Fake map.
We know all these things.
Why are they? Yeah, good. Why are they importing cows and Sudanese and foreign people?
Our land is small, but yet they want to ruga from this one plot. This our one plot of land. They want to ruga inside. But let
Jesus
them know
Christ,
why.
I feel so sad when I see some Aniwe talking saying it's Igbo man because I will be never taking the other direction. The day this movement will take, it has been my prayer. The day this movement will take other direction, I don't think Joe Ibokwe will come up and open his mouth. The way he can talk about Arewa, everyone is afraid to talk about Hausa Fulani. They call them bandits. They just baptize them with different names as a result of fear. They don't tell the world that they are terrorists. They have crossed from the 4th to the 3rd. Now they are at the 3rd
Yoruba
position.
pastor Usibanjo say they are common criminal.
That's what
be
he
like
was
terrorists.
Very soon, Osibanjo will go and tell European Union that Fulani herdsmen are evangelical outreach mission people. That he gave them Bible to be preaching.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
We must continue. Yeah. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes, Mas Onyibe.
Go ahead, please.
My name is Ugo Onyejiaka. I am calling from the United States of America. Mas, I'm calling from Washington, D.C., and then I am the PRO for IPOB here in the United States. Mas, I thank you for everything that you have been doing. Mas, people are listening to you. Biafras are coming up every day. Everybody, we are getting the information. Keep on doing what you're doing because God is with you. Mazi, we have gotten to an extent that there is nothing that anybody can do. There is no going back. We have gotten to an extent that Biafra is almost, the next door. The only thing we have to do is to continue doing what we are doing. Nigeria has been disintegrated. Things are no longer at ease with Nigeria. The bottom is falling apart. Mazi, could you believe when we started this? If you were told that today the Shia Muslims will be fighting here, then the Yorubas, will be killed by the Fulanis, nobody will agree. So that shows that Nigeria is imploding. They are disintegrating. The only thing we have to do is continue doing what we are doing. Mazi, what I want you to understand is that Nigeria military was totally established for Fulanis. Then they used Boko Haram as their backup military. Now their field militia are these herdsmen that they have implanted in all different land. So these are the guys that are going there. They will see what is going on. They will report to Boko Haram and they will report to the Nigerian military. All the military acquisitions that the Nigerian military have paid billions and billions of dollars to acquire, what they do is that they will put it in a camp. Then when the Boko Haram come, then they will run away and leave it for them. So the Boko Haram will use it just to keep and then be piling all those weapons. And now they are recruiting the Boko Haram, to put back in the military. My advice to our people, all the Biafrans that are in that military,
they are giving them license.
Yes, license. They are giving them license. Now, there is no doubt. There is no doubt about what is going on. The only thing that it is high time the indigenous in Nigeria step up. The middle betters is high time they step up. And then it is high time the Yorubas step up so that the Biafrans, then we will unite with them to liberate them. Because as for us, we have already gone. There is no way about it. And for the very saboteurs that we have, for all these guys, the 419ers, ex-419ers, who do not have any job, who think that it is by betraying Biafra that they will be very relevant, or by betraying Biafra that they will get a job. Believe me, we are coming after them. There is no way they can run. We know their family, we know their children. They're supposed to know that we can never leave them, because the worst enemy you can have is the enemy within. And this enemy within is the one that we are going to deal with. We must surely look away of dealing with them so that they will know that they cannot get all of us killed. So whatever that happened in the 1967 to 1970, they think that is the way it is not. Things have changed. So Nigeria know very well. The Fulanis know, because their nightmare is the Biafran. So, my brother, I am advising and I am begging everybody to continue.
Of course, we are not going anywhere.
Because Biafra is here already.
We are not going anywhere.
Yeah, thank you, my brother.
No,
God bless you.
And people say, he will run, it's a lie. We are not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. And you can shield all the doing anybody, man. I beg you, anybody can do what they want to. Whatever we see, whatever we present our issue, we're just hoping that people who are still reasoning will know the truth. And the truth will set them free.
Africa, how you doing? How's everything going? This show is all about awakening us to the truth of who we are, to the truth of, the mental reality we live in. Because the awakening is not a physical thing. It is a spiritual thing, but it's more of a mental thing, because where we exist right now is a mental reality. And what has happened is that we have been mentally colonized. A lot of us thought it was just a physical colonization, but what actually happened is they got into our mind through language, through education, and through religion, and they colonized our mind to see the world as they see it. And the world is so back to front and upside down that we find ourselves completely immersed in this matrix, because there's nothing natural about it. So we're literally in an artificial synthesis, those artificial programs kind of thing. That's how we are. And the level of this, I just wanted to show you guys today the level to which this has been done, because everything is back to front. Everything is upside down. Everything is a lie. What they told you was good for you is actually bad for you. What they told you was bad for you is actually good for you. And they've mixed us and muddled us all up to the point now we have to start questioning everything. But you see, they've put an emotional trigger to every truth they've told us. So literally, when someone tells you, did Jesus even exist? You feel pain. You actually compress yourself, because you've been told that is the ultimate truth, and questioning that is going against yourself. Stories for other days. But it's been such a wizardry, and one of the greatest wizardries that they've done is with the map. Now, I don't know if people are too ready for us to have a conversation about, is the earth flat? Is it actually round? Is it more of a dome? What is this? What is the earth that we live in? What is the true shape of it? Those are stories for other days. But the most important thing that I want you to know today is that the size of Africa on the map has been fabricated. It is a big fat lie. First of all, they say that the map could actually be upside down and that the North Pole is actually where the South Pole is and the South Pole is actually where the North Pole is. I wouldn't even put it past them to do that. Like, seriously, I wouldn't. But one thing that they show, and this came out a couple of years ago, where they actually showed that the true size of Africa, the African continent, was actually not what we were seeing on the map. Because if you look at the map that people use, and there's many maps out there, right, where they use different projections, etc. The main one that many people use now is called the mercantile map, and the mercantile map actually makes Africa the same size as Greenland, whereas Africa is actually 14 times the size of Greenland. And this was done systematically and on purpose to convince us as an African nation that we were smaller than we were, that we were less than. This was part of because if we realized how vast the African continent is, then you start questioning our numbers. How many people are we really? How big is this land really? Because, a recent story just came out, actually research that said that Africa not only has the capacity to feed itself, but it also has the capacity to feed the entire world. So guys, the lie is so deep that we were lied to about the true size of Africa.
Yes, that is the genesis. We are just looking at Africa. Oh, Igbo, you don't have land. Oh, Igbo, please, you don't fight. Oh, Yoruba, we pursue us. So, hey, Igbo, we don't have we've gone past that stage. No, Africa is small like Greenland. Hey, don't fight for African liberation. You people will die. But all these so-called war power, none of them can see the light of another year without stealing from Africa. Who is deceiving who? Who is deceiving who? Expired lie, just like expired country. Expired lie, just like expired country. Call on WhatsApp, are you there? Call on WhatsApp, are you
yes,
there?
Mazi.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, Mazi, I can hear you. Mazi, am I coming out clear?
Go ahead, and I will advise you to move away from your radio set or whatever gadget you are using. Go ahead, please.
Mazi, no, I'm not in my radio set. Mazi. So, Mazi, I will go ahead and say thank you for a good job that you are doing. I say we appreciate you, Biafrans worldwide appreciate you. I say may God carry my guide and protect you and your family. The same thing goes to our leader and his deputy and everybody that is working diligently to restore Biafra. My name is Gotu. I'm calling you from London. I don't want to put it United Kingdom anymore because there's nothing like United Kingdom. We Biafrans, we are united before Britain came. And amalgamate us with these useless people. We are united people before Britain came. They can testify to that. So therefore, there is nothing. I can never call them United Kingdom again. There is nothing united about these people. All they know is evil. And we have to call evil by their name. Britain is evil. Evil, nothing but evil. Britain, the devil you are seeing in this world with Britain. Mazi, I will go ahead and say one or two things. Number one is Joy Bokwe. I don't think, for me, Joy Bokwe, there's something our people always move in the meat before we eat the main meat. For me, particularly, Joy Bokwe is nobody. Joy Bokwe is nobody. For me, it's nobody. If Joe Bokwe claim to be somebody, let him come out in Biafra land. Let him go to anywhere where he say he comes from and walk and tell us that he is Joe Bokwe. But for me, it's nobody says out. Who stay in who marry you about idiot and steady and be talking about who cares about you? Who cares about Joe Bokwe? Mazi, Do you see? I understand why we telling them we don't them delays because this is who they are. This is who they are. Now, why am I saying this? If you see this boy called the Grandson, now this guy have been cursing Fulani and Igbos right from when he starts. He has been cursing. I've been following him indirectly way. This boy has been cursing Fulani and Igbos. But do you know now, as I'm talking to you now, this boy have dropped to curse Fulani. Now he specializes in cursing Igbos. If you go to his comment, what he's posting now, he stopped cursing Fulani people. Maybe he's trying to come back to the zoo or thinking maybe Tinubu will win 2023. Now he he doesn't curse them anymore. Now he's cursing only Igbos. That's why I said that his campaign. Somebody write him. Did you know that your land is occupied by vigilantes? Now, as we are talking, he didn't respond the message. I was waiting to see when he's going to respond the message. He didn't. People are even remember, even his own people, his own people are writing him in his wall, asking him, do you know that our land has been occupied? That is why you see these Yoruba people, we can never trust them. You can never trust them. Never trust them. Now, he is talking about Igbos now. He doesn't talk about Fulani again. Before, is a chameleon is when he starts talking about politics, starts supporting PDC. That is why I know that this guy knows exactly what he was doing. But nevertheless, we don't care about this. That is why we can never form an ally with any Yoruba people. They should go out, they should go to these people are chameleon, like as we call them. Mas, that's another one. What I'm saying now is, like I hear our brother Charles. My brother about Charles, you see, to correct our brothers that their new prime minister now is Boris Johnson, not Theresa May. Then our people will have to update our people what you know. Now, it can never remove, it can never do anything good. Lizard can never born snake. The same people they are. There is nothing different. These people, there is nothing different. But it's just, don't forget, our brother, don't forget that this guy was the same guy who came to the zoo last time. He came to zoo. What did he come there to do? He came to make sure that their pipe, their line of the shipping or taking our oil free. You see? Now he's become a prime minister. What do you think he's going to do for us? No, we will start our freedom for us. He doesn't care whatever, whether, you know, we don't care about this people. We don't care about them. All we are asking is, we are not asking for Udwala, we are not asking for Adewala, we are asking for Biafra. Our freedom. The way we want to go back to the way we are before these people came and amalgamate us with this useless set of idiots. And now look at the whole thing. Look at what we are suffering today as a people, just because of Britain. I am not a question here. This is what I have for my people.
Thank you very much.
There is no going back on this
We
road.
must continue.
If you are a saboteur, I miss you. I am not going to hide. If you are a saboteur, it's just a matter of time. You will surely go down. IPOB, our eyes is open. Our eyes are open, watching all of you one by one. We know where you sleep. We know where you do everything you do. But it's just a matter of time.
Thank you very much. We must continue.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
We must
Carry
continue.
on with your good job. There is nothing everybody can do about it.
Yes, caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening.
Good evening from here.
My name is Ayuch. I am coming from London. I'm a member of IPOP in Friday. I just want to thank God for your life. You see, your voice has echoed the whole world. Like I told you before, you are born to do what you are doing. Mazen Nandekalo was born to do what to again. So God can pick all of you to be instrument in His hand. I just want to add a little word to what is going on today. Yesterday, I tried you when you were talking about the evil that I created. I was an evangelism here in London, and I saw a man. I was telling him about Biafra. It is not Biafra, but the father and the mother is the mother is evil. His name is evil. So, and today on, remember when God wants to do something, He used radical people. Yeah? Imbalance and Tobias, people that want to sabotage the Jews during the time of Nehemiah. We have all of them. But our eye is only on Jehovah. That has led us so far. My brother, Biafra is already here. It's in me. It's a spirit. I have seen it. So keep on doing what you are doing. There is no harm that will harm you. There is nothing that happens to you because you are born to do what you are doing. It's a gift from heaven. You are called to do it. That is why, first of all, it took you through the ministration of the Bible. You become a pastor. You saw everything. Now, you are preaching the right gospel. That will resurrect generation and generation will hear about you. Keep on doing what you are doing. What you are doing for Biafra, nobody can pay you back. But my prayer is that you will live to see Biafra. All of us will see Biafra. I'm a grandmother, and I will live to see Biafra. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All we want is our freedom, and there is no middle ground. There is no shadow of turning back. The promise is for all of us. As Chukwuki Kabiama has said it will be. He said he will give us power when Biafra nation is restored. I say this promise is for all of us. No amount of Boko Haram can stop us. All we want is the restoration of Biafrans. We are here to make sure that comes. Make una come on to, now don't do enough for almost 200 years. You have been preoccupied with subjugation of the Biafran people, emasculation of the Biafran people, intimidation of the Biafran people, blackmailing of the Biafran people, causing hulubalo in the nook and cranny of Biafra land, and now it's going to boomerang. Because in the end, what is good for the goose, I believe is good for the ganja. Can you hear me call on WhatsApp? Call on WhatsApp, are you still there? Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. The word is listening.
I'm calling from Hamburg, Germany. Please, I want to contribute something about our Mr. or brother Rabbi said we should wait on this new minister. I want to tell him that whether the new minister or the old minister, whether Trump or no Trump, Biafra is coming. Biafra is at hand. Because if you say that we are waiting for the new minister, tomorrow you see Osibanjo will travel to London and still go and meet them again. You will see Emeki Hedioha will travel to London and still go and meet them again. So let not hope on anybody. It's only Chukwuka who will give us Biafra, whether they like it or not. Last time I said again that all these bullets will touch one of them. I think last time one bullet touch one of the daughter or whatever minister or governor or what, I don't know what the girl is. So this bullet will touch them. Biafra is at hand. God bless you, Mazi. Continue your good work.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Can you hear me, caller on the line?
Good evening, sir. Very wise man. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ada. Good evening.
That Joy Bokwe is not a name. It's the name of Hausa Fulani. It's the name they used to give dog. That Joy Bokwe. I tell you, here we have a lot of land in our village, in Biafra land. If you see the land, hello?
Go ahead, please.
if you see the land where we have in our state, in our district, the thing in our village, if you see the land, before I say that this land will contain the whole Biafra itself, and it will remain as itself, because the land in our village, we used to know the type of snake or the type of animals that pass in there. Hello, sir. The type of in our own district, you will see big bush. You know, it's only firewood we put there. It's the type of the snake that is going there, the type of animals that is passing there. Even if when somebody wants to pass there, he will look the land, he will put the address. Forever, so that we will know how we will pass from that place, from our side. We get a lot of land. Don't mind that, Jay Bokwe.
Thank you very much. We are inching closer to the end of this broadcast. One more call, and then we'll round up this segment. Our people must remain focused. There is no two ways about it. All we want is Biafra, and all we will get is Biafra. How Biafra is restored is entirely left for all of us. You can be a gossiper, you can be a saboteur, you can be a rumor monger, you can be there to become a detractor, to talk down on what we are doing. Understand, we are not here to conquer anybody. Biafra must be free in the end. Can you hear me? Call on the line.
Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead.
Good evening, sir. My name is, of course, I'm calling from Ebunwana. Ebunwana is in Edda. Edda is an African part of Biafra land. Hello, sir.
Yes, I will advise you to move away from your radio set and go ahead. The world is listening.
Okay, sir. I want to speak in my dialect because our people, they have been misled by the British government. So Hausa Fulani people. Eroki Boloka. If you may Hampara Abalia. Bo Amare Biafra Bekule. When you say Bo Mazen the Carlo. Emepole Amare Biafra Gama. Mbawusa sere wakata idoi wakata adaba anumano guy what of Buhari man the governor yoko kapitale so ma be ali da banana ai ne se bawo kwetokwa ane kpo onye obula nne kpo onye obula ai bozo hoto semba ai le ya yekwere if I took a humble one on one, I told him that was all there. Oh, what's it? Look at that. It would all there that Panama. My work with a blog. I am lawyer. Maka. I there. A from Joe Iboque, near Payabalia. Figure, I there do. I say, I there do. I went not Lagos, one I got down one on one. I think I was not. I surrounded I don't the Carlo. I fight here, I let freedom. I select a Bula. Now, Jesus. Amen. Thank you very much.
And hopefully, this is where we draw the curtain. I want to appreciate those of you who were able to call in. Sincere apology to those who could not come in this evening. Tomorrow is yet another day. The truth cannot be overemphasized. It took them almost 200 years to keep us where we are today. And if Chukwu Kikabiama be merciful enough for us, and I believe in the next 20 hours we should be going home. We are home already, but we want to be very sure that our home is our home. Nobody will deceive us. This is Radio Biafra Israel, and I remain George Onyibe. May the Almighty Creator continue to preserve, to keep and uphold our leader and his deputy, and of course, genuine Biafrans across the globe, principal officer or non-principal officer, for those who see the need, those who understand the reason why we must do what we have to do without apology. And to those of you who has laid down your life, paying the ultimate sacrifice, for those of you who are jobless, who are homeless, for those of you who are miserable, those of you in dungeon, those of you incarcerated, for the sake of Biafra, I must tell you that it is going to be all right. Honestly, it is going to be all right. We are all soldiers. We remain soldier, and it's going to be all right. God be with you, and good night from here.
This song is dedicated to the victims of this genocide. Those who lost their lives from 1967 to this very moment.
I had to do this song with Wee-Woo. My brother man, I don't believe you. Shake a man could beat you. My brother man, listen up. Tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that it's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that it's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that it's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier it's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell the wounded it's gonna be alright. The spirit of our fathers it's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell everybody it's gonna be alright. See the bad Lord wanna bring us down. The money that we keep rising up. See betrayers wanna bring us down. The money that we keep rising up. Bring your gun and your bullet and bazooka and your grenade and Biafrans. We will fight till the end. See them sabotage, playing cowardice in the corner. But we will win them all. I say we will win them all. The Kanu is the leader. He says it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier that it's gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that it's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that it's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that it's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier it's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell the wounded it's gonna be alright. Tell our mothers, our fathers that it's gonna be alright. Tell our mothers, our fathers that it's gonna be alright. Oh. I remember a very good brother man from my nation, Biafra land. Yeah. Oh, na na na. What a wicked world. I want a junior, another day, Biafrans, shot by the government. Because of our freedom, we are fighting for a better life. One thing I know, forward ever, backward ever. We will one day have day, someday, sometime. So tell that Biafra soldier that is gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that is gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that is gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that is gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier it's gonna be alright. be alright. Pregnant women that they kill them. It's gonna be alright. Oh.
As long as their Biafra is still living, we will make sure that their memories live on.
Rest in peace, our Junior. Jamaica. Immortal. Chinedu. Oche. Subechi. Mamami. Teka. Hotman. Oleka. Nkiru. Waka. Rest in peace, all of you. We are no longer in Egypt. We have crossed our sea. We've gone far in this wilderness. Because few steps ahead. We are no longer in Egypt. We have crossed our seas. We've gone far in this wilderness. Victory's few steps ahead. When it gets tough to